Damn, man. That flipped it. Damn, y'all. Y'all see that? Wow. This car's all the way up here. Dangerous out here, man. Somebody flying down the road. They flipped that car. Damn, man. See? My day could be worse. Okay, guys, good morning. Monday morning, y'all know, me and Zach Attack are out here. We're just getting started. Zach just left. What else we got? So today we got, our list is not real big, but it's pretty lucrative. I'm gonna be taking the X-Mart mower back over to the dealer today, and I'm gonna have a conversation with the mechanic. I hope he's there, and I hope he's got time. Well, he's gonna have to make time to talk to him, so I'm not gonna leave until I actually talk to him. I got to make sure that the mower is doing what it's doing, right? Because sometimes it'll like, I cut my whole front yard and it didn't start doing that until the very end, you know. So right now I got it on the trailer. I got the two X-Marts on the trailer. Zach's got the Skag on that other trailer, and I got a bent axle on that other trailer. It's starting to wear the tire out, the brand new tire we just put on there. So that's something I'm going to have to address. I need to measure across the bottom, because what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put another 3,500 pound axle under that trailer. We're going to put a 5,000 pound axle under it. So whatever, you know, I need to do that. And I may just get my buddy Ping Pong, that's what everybody calls him, Ping Pong. Well, he's an Asian guy and he's a cool dude. I love me some Ping Pong. That's his name though. His first name is Ping and his last name is Pong. Love it, gotta love it, dude. I love Ping Pong. So I'm gonna get Ping to he's the one that put the rig on the rear of the Kia, and he's the one that does a lot of the trailer stuff that I don't do anymore. I mean, I can do a lot of the stuff, but you know, I don't have time, and I don't want to take the time. A 5,000 pound axle under that trailer will be solid for the rest of my, you know, lawn care career. Now, a lot of you guys are saying, well, man, I might as well just go on and buy another trailer. Well, I thought about it. I thought about buying a 14 footer, you know, for that other truck to pull, but you know, I'm trying to hold some of my money up. You know, I'm just trying to save my money for the new skid steer. So I'm not gonna, a new trailer right now, 14 footer. Of course, if I got a trailer, it'd have to be a tandem axle, right? Even though they do make 14 footers that are single axle. If I bought a 14 footer single axle, it would have to have a 5,000 pound axle under it. And they usually don't do that. They usually don't, now, there's an exception, but they usually don't put a 5,000 pound axle under a single axle trailer. Not normally. You can do it. I've done it, and I'm going to do it again. But usually, if you got a single axle trailer, it's a 3,500 pound axle. 9 times out of 10. I don't think that I've ever seen one, unless you special order it or something, where it's a 5,000 pound axle underneath a 12-foot trailer, you know. So I don't really want to overwhelm that truck, and we don't never put 2 mowers on that trailer. It would be convenient sometimes, but you know, not convenient enough to justify, you know, a $3,000 or $4,000 trailer right now. So we're not going to do that. When I can go out and I can have I can go buy a brand new 5,000 pound axle, and I'm not even worried about the brakes or nothing. It'll probably come with brakes, but I'm not really worried about that because the trailer's not big enough, you know, and we don't ever put enough weight on it to justify brakes on a 12. I think it's a 10-foot trailer. It's not a big trailer, you know, and it's the one it's the first lawn trailer that I ever had, and I'm gonna keep it. It's a good handy trailer to have, especially when guys are first starting out, and I know that the Kia could pull it no problem, you know. So I haven't used the Kia yet to pull a trailer, but that's you know, that can happen. As soon as the truck goes down, that's where we'll be. So I don't want to set things up to where I can't run 100% if a truck goes down. If a truck goes down right now, I can run the same way I'm running right now. So because we can hook the little trailer up to that Kia, and I can hook the bigger lawn trailer up to the other Ford 250. So that's just some things on my mind this morning. Yeah, that mower fuel issue, that's something that's going to get addressed. I was looking at my books last night, and you know, going over, getting ready for the week, and getting everything ready, you know, as far as taxes go and stuff. I try to stay up to date on all that stuff. You know, I don't try to let it lag too long. So, you know, I go on and get a statement. Well, I don't know how everybody else does it, but the expenses become really confusing, even in the software, because I will admit I'm not the greatest at all that. So, but if I do it, you know, every 30 days or so, then it's a lot easier to keep up with and remember. So it's just a little trick that my accountant told me about that I could do. So last night I was doing all that, right? And I tell you what, that $455, though it ain't gonna make or break Ray, but that $455 is really bothering me right now that I spent on this mower, you know. And like I told you guys the other day, that $455 is, well, it's a waste of money. Now, I'd feel really stupid, like I said the other day, if I had bought a $3,000 deck. So, and I did put, you know, $1,200 twill tires on it too. So here I am, got a refinished mower deck and $1,200 worth of tires on a mower that I can't even use, with an engine on it that's only got about 600 hours on it, a 35 horsepower engine, fuel injected engine. And, you know, that's where I'm at with that. And it just really is starting to bother me. So we're going to address that today. Because if that mower if they can't figure out what's wrong with that mower, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna end up selling it or something, man, because I'm not gonna have a mower like that. And I'm not gonna put another engine on it, and I'm not gonna, I mean, you know, but it runs just fine until it don't get no damn fuel. I want the mechanics to figure it out, and I'm questioning whether they can fix it or not, right, y'all? That's why I'm questioning that, and that's ugly, man. When I'm questioning in my head whether the dealer can fix the mower or not. Not to mention, I need to go on and get it over there because right now with me running, you know, the other mowers, I'm putting a lot more hours on these mowers than I want to. You know, I'm trying to calculate and figure out everything, and here I am putting more hours on the machine than I should, because I got one machine down. You know, I like to you know, my Skag mower is going on 2 years and it don't even have 300 hours on it, but it's going to get there really quick if if I don't get the other mower fixed. And the Ferris mower is not an everyday mower, you know. So, you know, I know, you know, back a month or so ago, I'm trying to tell you guys, hey, I'm not trying to buy a mower this year. I'm not trying to do that. But everything is subject to change when I feel that I'm not being efficient, or I feel that I am running too hard on the equipment and all. One good thing about having, you know, 3 or 4 mowers is you don't never really run the hours up on any of them. And since all the mowers are paid for except for the Skag, why not? You know, I've already paid my dues for them. So, not to mention the $30 or so it's going to cost me to go over to the dealer again. See, I mean, at the end of the day, the $455 is bad, but we're talking about a whole nother. We're going to be at $600 before I ever get it back. You know, in fuel costs, time, labor, and all that. So, and not to mention, if they try to charge me more money than what I think is fair at the time, when I go back and pick it up, I'm really going to be upset, and I'll let you guys know, because I don't know, man. Looking at my expense report, that $450 just keeps slapping me upside my head, man, and I'm very upset about it. So we'll see and gauge how the dealer is going to handle this. They're good people, and they're not out to, you know, beat nobody. And I think they'll make it right enough for me to be able to deal with it. Because what ends up happening, if I feel a certain type of way when it's all said and done, and I get the final invoice and the mower is finally fixed, and I have to pay more money or whatever, then see, it's going to have to be a number that I can deal with in my head, or I'm not going to want to mess with the dealer no more. And I don't want to alienate. I don't want to not use this dealer anymore, because, well, I've been using them for years and years and years, and they are the closest dealer around me, you know. And I bought a lot of equipment off of them over the years for a small guy, you know. Okay, guys, so we're on this yard right here. We got done. This is about a 3-acre cut, and they have a lot of trees, not a lot of trees, but they got, you know, these oak trees, but they got these Bradford pear trees, and y'all see what done happened here. Look, that's a pretty big deal right there. I mean, and see, these customers are regulars of mine, but they don't never want to spend no money, nothing extra. I mean, nothing. So over the years, I've been doing it about 6 or 7 years. So over the years, I've told them that, you know, I would trim, you know, I could trim some trees and stuff to help us out. I've even went in here with just, you know, with the hand pruners and cut this up. All these that you see right here in front of me, they were all touching the ground just about, so you couldn't even come through here with a mower. Yeah, so they don't want to spend any money. But look at this right here, dude. Look how big that is. See, that's dangerous, man, because well, that's pretty ugly. So let's see what they, you know, I could get this down. Y'all know that. At least I think you guys know that. But it's pretty big if you look at it, how big, and it's all hung up in the crepe myrtle here. And they freaked out when I trimmed a couple crepe myrtle branches off so we could pull through here, you know. So they're really gonna freak out when they see this tree. This tree's probably gonna pull down. I mean, I don't know how you're gonna get that down without it coming down, right? And it's probably gonna break off some of this crepe myrtle stuff. So that's the only thing holding it up, it looks like. That and probably this big branch right here. You see where the tension is right here. These are just some of the things that you can get into now. Now this right here is a little bit outside the norm of just, you know, a little tree branch, you know. So what would you guys charge to get this up, right, and take it to the woods back there? 500 bucks. It'd be worth it to me to bring a skid steer over here. I'd cut that thing in about, well, first of all, I'd push it, get it on the ground. They're not gonna be able to handle that right there. I know the owners think that they try to do some of the stuff around here. This is gonna be outside of their comfort zone, I guarantee it. Because that's a lot of weight right there, man. You know, so it's just some other stuff that you can get into, but you gotta. I ain't trying to tell guys that are not qualified to do anything like this, but because this is a little extreme. Or if you don't have a machine. But before I ever started doing all the lawns that I do now, before I ever got the skid steer, I would do stuff like this, maybe not quite this extreme, and I didn't have no equipment. You know, I'd tie a chain around it right there, and with my truck, and I'd pull or something like that, you know, just to get it on the ground. And once I got it on the ground, you know, that's going to be the dangerous part here, because I'm not sure. It looks like, you see these ones that are bent real hardcore, it looks like they're digging in the ground, and that's what's holding this whole thing up. A good windstorm come by and it'll blow this thing. It looks like it'll fall this way. It'll just tumble over, you know. But that's holding it, and those branches that are bent so hard right here, see them? That's holding it too. And then the crepe myrtle, I don't think nothing holding it back here. These things are notorious for breaking off. So, because they didn't let them get too big. You got to take some of the weight off of these Bradford pear trees. Because if you don't, they at least down here where I'm at, I don't know about where everybody else is, but they break like this all the time. Because they get so heavy. I mean, if I'm them, I'd just pay ready to take the whole tree out. Well, see, I've been known to take a tree out like this with a skid steer and not even have to crank up a chainsaw. I just come in here and put the bucket right here and just push down, and it breaks it. It breaks off. And considering you don't have to haul it off, I'm thinking get this limb up, down on the ground, dangerous. I got insurance for all that. And make sure you have, before you take on anything too sketchy, that you weigh your options. Just saying. Yeah. Walk around and look at the other side. I ain't got to say don't walk under it, do I? You see. So I'm gonna grab my phone and I'm gonna take a couple pictures of this. See, it's broke all the way off right here. Y'all can see that, right? So, yeah. I just bring the skid steer up here and just push it, get it off, and get that right there to hit the ground, and then I could deal with it. I mean, we could drag. I might only have to make about 2 or 3 cuts on it, and then just pick it up. But all the other branches are going to be in the way, and this is just a matter of time. See, this tree done got too big. It's going to be breaking off. Look at all this weight leaning right here. See, that's a lot of weight, man. I mean, this thing's gonna start breaking. These trees right here are some of the worst trees that you can put around your house, if you ask me. If you're not gonna trim them back and every year, because they grow fast. I got a couple at my house that they're not got this big yet, but yeah, they will. And when they do, I'm gonna push them over. Just like that Bradford pear tree over at that other property where me and Zach trimmed the branches last week. Y'all remember that? Maybe I'll put a little clip up there to show y'all. That's the same kind of tree. And they're real popular down here. Contractors love them because they're cheap, they grow fast. But you know, this thing is way out. This is removal type tree. And what would y'all charge to remove this tree? And I'm not talking about the lawn care guys, but what do y'all think I should charge? I got the skid steer. If I charge $500 for that limb, and that's what I would charge to bring the skid steer over here, I could take the whole thing down for $1,000. I think $1,200. And as long as I don't have to haul it off, as long as I can take it right back here to the woods. So yeah, All right, y'all. Hey, y'all, so y'all saw that big tree limb that broke off there? That's gonna be, you know, that's just some more stuff that you can get into out here. You know, you have to build up stuff like that. I wouldn't expect somebody that's just now starting out in their business to do that. You know, not if you don't have a lot of experience with just general tree work. A lot of, like, when I started my business, I had already been doing tree work since I was a teenager. You know, not wholeheartedly for a living, but I have a lot of experience with trees and stuff because I sold firewood and I worked for a tree surgeon for a while at one point too. So, you know, so you wouldn't want to take nothing that sketchy on to begin with. Well, you know, you would have to weigh your risk versus reward and all that. You're not really you're not gonna hurt anything as far as the property goes. There's no structure to hit or anything like that. But you need to be wary of hurting yourself, you know, because, you know, in your business out here, you're the most valuable asset. You know, in my business, I'm the most valuable asset. You know, the guys that work with me and the mowers and the trucks and the trailers and all that are necessary assets, but none of them tops me. You know, and that's not yanking my own chain. That's just the reality of it. If I'm not, you know, proactive in the business on the daily, then I don't have a business. So if I get hurt or something like that, then that's a major, you know, a major thing. You don't ever want to take on things that you're not comfortable with, or that you're, you know. Sometimes I do some stuff that I'm a little bit uncomfortable with, a little bit, but I don't normally do things that are or could be catastrophic to somebody's property. Being, you know, if that tree were hanging over the house, well, then that'd be a totally different story if it was laying on top of the house or something. You know, I may not want to do that. You know, I weigh what jobs I take on. So, yeah. So I was watching a video yesterday of Carl over there at Happy's Lawn Landscape. He did a video on the Stihl battery powered stuff, right? The battery powered weed eater. And he says the battery doesn't last long enough. I get it. You know, I thought about buying, you know, trying out some of the Stihl battery stuff, and that's how, you know, I learn things on YouTube all the time. And after watching his video, I wouldn't do that. You know, I wouldn't spend the $700, $800, or $1,000 or whatever it is to get everything that you need for that particular system right now. I tell you, to me, it's hard to beat the Milwaukee, you know, M18 stuff. To me, it's hard to beat it. I do have a weed eater attachment, you know, to the for the Milwaukee, and we don't use it, but I would be curious to get Zach's thoughts on that after a day of using that. I would like to see what he thinks, because he runs the weed eaters a lot more than me. But I know this, the battery powered Milwaukee stuff, I've never had a problem with the longevity of the battery. Never. I mean, the batteries are, I use them in the man lift all the time. You know, that's the main thing that I use in the man lift is the pole saw, the Milwaukee pole saw. And y'all seen some of the jobs that I do. Rarely do I need more than one battery. Some jobs you do, but I could take 2 of those 8 batteries and run that saw all day. You know, most of the time I can just go through one battery and not even go through the whole battery, and you can cut a lot of stuff. And same thing with the hedge trimmers, the Milwaukee articulating hedge trimmers. We'll do I mean, that bush job we did a couple weeks ago out there in the country where we cut all them big crepe myrtles back and all that, that's what they used all day. They used Milwaukee M18 hedge trimmers over there, and Katie used the little M18 hedge trimmers, you know, the handheld ones. Well, they're both handheld, but one of Zach used articulating ones, and I'm telling you, I've done $400 and $500 bush jobs and not even go through a whole battery. You know, and the build, you know, the way they're built is pretty solid too. When I put the Milwaukee articulating hedge trimmers up against right side by side with Stihl's top articulating hedge trimmer, as far as how it's built, it's damn near identical. You know, everything. It looks almost like the same folks are building it. It's got the same type of screw heads in there. It's got the same everything. I mean, it really does. So, and the thing about the Milwaukee stuff is I have drills and impact guns and, you know, that kind of thing. An inflator, a blower. So once you get the M18 batteries, you're gold. You know, all that is, you know, Stihl don't make an impact gun. So I got to buy a whole nother system to go with Stihl stuff. And that would make me not want to do that. Even if, you know, the battery life was great, you know, I would not go with that because, well, I don't need 2 battery systems. I want one battery system because the batteries cost so much money. And, you know, and it all starts with, you know, an impact gun. You know, once I had that, then and I had 2 or 3 batteries, I'm like, man, why would I buy a whole nother, you know, platform battery stuff if I don't have to? If Milwaukee didn't make that stuff, well, they'd be different. But Milwaukee makes it, and the articulating hedge trimmers I've had for 2 seasons, and I had them all of last. I think this is the 3rd season. I had articulating hedge trimmers all of last season, and some of the season before, and they're still going strong this season. But see, I have a bunch of Milwaukee batteries. I got like 12 batteries. That's the key to any of the battery power stuff. You got to have a lot of batteries before, you know, you want to make sure you have a lot of batteries, put it that way. Thank God Monday's Sammy time. See ya.